What's up guys, it's Brian here, and today we are going to be taking a look at the brand new LEGO Star Wars Summer 2021 set pictures that were revealed by the Japanese LEGO catalog, as well as a few that were revealed by LEGO themselves. Guys, I sure hope you've seen these by now, but I want to give my thoughts on this and hear what you guys have to say in the comments below, but my gosh, this is one of the best waves of LEGO Star Wars that we've gotten in a very, very long time. My mom was going back to 2014 as one of the better waves, that this was like maybe the best wave since then. But the 2016 Rogue One was a pretty good wave too. But anyway, let's get into this wave. As you can see, the Japanese catalog here, you've got in this first picture alone, we've got the Moff Gideon cruiser, we've got the Slave One, the Imperial troop transport, as well as the Tatooine set that we've already seen. And in the next one is the Mandalorian fighter, the Mandalorian throne room, and the Batch Shuttle. Obviously, we've already seen the Batch Shuttle as well as the meditation chamber, but I'm going to talk about those anyway since I didn't get to make videos about those. And guys, just this catalog alone gives me such like throwback vibes to when LEGO Star Wars did those catalogs with like the box art with all of the sets on it laid out like that, where they're all flying through space together. It's just giving me such like throwback vibes, and I love that about this catalog. But let's talk about these individual sets. And we're going to start out with the Duel on Mandalore. So this set is the cheapest of the wave. It comes in at 20 bucks with 147 pieces, so not too bad. It falls kind of, it's very similar to the other two Duel sets that we've gotten in the past, over the past 2 years. 2019 was Duel on Starkiller Base, and 2020 was the Anakin versus Obi-Wan on Mustafar. Now we have Ahsoka versus Darth Maul in the Mandalore set. Now, I hate to start this analysis off in a little pessimistic way, but this is probably the weakest of the sets, and especially the weakest of those dual sets, because it doesn't have that many play functions. The throne is like a stagnant build that you can't even really pose the figures on. It does have the little collapsible window, as well as the hidden compartment in there, and then Darth Maul's case is a very cool build as well. But it doesn't have many play functions, but that aside, this is still a really good set, and if you want to wait for this to go down to 15, it probably will go down to 15. Obviously, the Ahsoka is reused from last year's AAT, it's the same figure, but the Darth Maul is brand new and exclusive to the set so far. It's a very cheap way to get a really great Darth Maul figure. So if you're looking for a Darth Maul, this is obviously the set to get. Now, because it's so inexpensive, and because I really loved this scene in Clone Wars, I will be picking this up day one, so you can expect a review from this as soon as it comes out. But yeah, it is a solid set. It's a little small though. If you don't want to pay the 20 bucks, I personally understand that. You can just wait for it to go down. It will probably go down in price at some point soon. But it is a very good set with very good figures. Now, the next cheapest set wasn't actually revealed just yet, but it's the $30 Mandalorian Forge that is rumored to be set 75319, and it's going to come with 3 figures, with the Mandalorian, obviously is going to be a repeat, the Armor, which is going to be a really cool figure, and Paz Vizsla, who was one of the Mandalorians in the background of season 1. This is going to be an excellent, excellent set that's going to fit right into these Mandalorian sets so perfectly, and I really hope this rumor is true, because again, this is going to be really cool. But let's move up to the $40 set of the wave, and that is the Imperial Troop Transport. I forget what it's actually called. I know there's a real name for it, but we're all calling it the Imperial Troop Transport anyway. It's a decent-sized vehicle with 4 minifigures for $40. That's a solid value. I really don't have many complaints about this set. I probably won't end up getting it though, because I am on a budget and I do have a Grief Karga figure. I don't really care about the Stormtroopers or the Mortar Trooper, but that's just my personal taste. This is a great army building set too, because it comes with 2 regular Stormtroopers, a yellow Mortar Trooper, and this vehicle, if you're building an Imperial army, you're going to want a few of these vehicles. So you can wait for this to go on sale for $30 and get it for, you know, build a little army of these Imperial troop transports. But it's a decent sized vehicle. Like, it doesn't look like it's too wide. It's probably like 7-ish studs wide, but then it's pretty deep. Like, this is a good vehicle for 40 bucks. And the figures are really good as well. Obviously, the Mortar Trooper, that yellow version of that trooper. I made a custom version of the red version of that trooper, the Flame Trooper, last year. But even the Grief Karga figure is really good, and he actually leaked a while ago. You can find all these pictures all over Instagram. But this is an excellent Grief Karga figure. It's a major upgrade from the first version they did. I know it's a different version technically because this is Season 2 Grief Karga, but this is still a huge upgrade with this Grief figure, especially with the white beard. Love it. So this is an excellent set for 40 bucks. I feel like I'm going to say that a lot, that these are all going to be great sets. Going up the list, the next $40 set that was revealed in this catalog was a small glimpse into the Advent calendar, so minor spoiler alert for the Advent calendar, but it's going to be Mandalorian based. It's going to have a Scout Trooper, Stormtrooper, IG-11, and then a Christmas Mando with a little holiday scarf, a little Santa Grogu, which is cute, and a Tusken Raider. These are all figures I have. I'm probably not going to get this calendar. We'll also see what the other mini builds and other figures will be, because I have a feeling we're not done seeing the figures of this set just yet. So it looks like it's going to be okay. Not my favorite advent calendar. I'll probably pass up on it, but it's a good way to get some of those figures. Alright, so next up in the price, we have the $50 Slave 1, which is obviously scaled down significantly. It's part of that scaled down line that they're doing. But this is a really good set for a few reasons. One, the vehicle is solid. It's a similar scale to the Slave 1 that's in Cloud City, so if you didn't get Cloud City and you don't have that smaller scale Slave 1, this might be a fun addition to your collection. But not only is the colors are excellent, it looks like a very small version of the Slave 1 from 2 years ago for the 20th anniversary, and a very small version of the UCS Slave 1, which I have, which is why I won't be getting this set. But it comes with 2 minifigures, it comes with the Beskar Mandalorian, and a brand new Mandalorian-based Boba Fett. And this got me so hyped when I saw it, just for like the sake of how good this wave is, because the rumor was that this was going to be an Empire Strikes Back version, where it was going to have Boba Fett and Han Solo, and it would just be Empire Strikes Back version. I was like, oh, that's boring. They should just make it Mando-based. Put Mandalorian in there, and then make a new Boba Fett Beskar, I mean, not Boba Fett Beskar, that Boba Fett Mandalorian version with, like, the black cloak underneath his, like, bold green armor. And that's what they did. And this figure is so, so good. I kind of wish I was getting this set just so I could have this figure, but I'm going to pass up on it because I already have the Slave 1. But this Boba Fett is excellent. And then the torso leaked too, so we can kind of see like a close-up version of the torso. This is found all over Instagram as well. I'm not the source of this picture. These are from Instagram. So you can see like the bold green. It's definitely like the repainted version of when Boba Fett repainted his armor in The Mandalorian. And it's got the arm printing too, with the little tubes that connect his shoulder and wrist rockets. And this is such a good figure. It's going to be such a good set for people to get that little Boba Fett. And it really brings the whole wave together, because having that one set be Empire Strikes Back based, I thought was a little weird, since like all of these sets are Mandalorian based. So the fact that the Slave 1 is based on the Mandalorian and that Boba Fett is in there and you can add him to the team of Mandalorian Avengers, I like to call them, is very, very good for the sake of this wave and for LEGO Star Wars. So excellent set. Only 2 figures. Okay, if you want to nitpick a little bit, fine. Wait for it to go down to 40. But still, very good set. The next set that's up is probably my favorite of this wave. One of them I'm definitely getting on day one, and that's the $60 Mandalorian Starfighter with 544 pieces. Price per piece is pretty good. 3 figures, and they're 3 figures that are just excellent. We have Gar Saxon and Bo-Katan and a Mandalorian Loyalist, who's kind of like an upgrade of the one from the Battle Pack. But these figures are so good. This is a brand new mold for Gar Saxon's helmet. The Bo-Katan figure is so good, and it comes with a little hair piece as well that you can put over her printed head, and her armor's excellent. I'm glad they're doing these little blasters, too, that represent accurately those Mandalorian blasters. And the Loyalist is a cool addition, too. So in addition to those 3 figures being great, I was kind of hesitant on this set before I saw it because I wasn't sure if the vehicle would look good, because the 2012 version is really not my favorite. I don't like the white accents in the wings or whatever, but this build is stunning. The use of the dark blue mixed with the regular blues and the dark gray, it having a darker color scheme for this set, this is a remake. For this remake is just perfect. This is a perfect remake of what was a good set back in 2012, and this is at the same level as it. And it's got a lot of cool functions as well. You can fit 2 figures in the cockpit, as you can kind of see in this picture right here. My only con with this, I was going to display this set in landing mode on my shelf, but it's kind of ugly from landing mode because you see all of the anti-studs on the underside of the wings when you see like this back of the box picture. So it doesn't look great when it's in landing mode because of those ugly anti-studs on the inside. But listen, it's a great set. I'm going to get this day one. It's a unique build that I don't have this set in my collection. I don't have this ship in my collection. So it's something I'm definitely going to add to my collection. And $60 is pretty good. It will go down in price for sure. We'll have to see what it's like in my hands. Maybe it'll feel a little flimsier than $60, but we'll see. Great set. Another set that was previously revealed is the new 18-plus Darth Vader's Meditation Chamber that's going to be retailing for, I believe it's $70. This is a bit more expensive. It's got 663 pieces for $70, but they're smaller pieces. It's one of those adult collector sets. This is a really good set as well. I'm not the biggest fan of I don't know, of this scene, I suppose. It's like, I know it's iconic, but I just don't really care about it too much. But it's a great set, and I know it's going to be very, very popular with adult collectors. You've got that little, the screen on the inside of his chamber when he's talking to the officers. This is the Darth Vader that has arm printing, so that's a draw to many people. And yeah, it's a good-looking set. It'll fit well on people's display shelves. I'm just personally not very interested in it, but it's a good set. And $70 for me, that's way too expensive. But some people will pay, they'll pay for that one. So, good set if you're into it. Okay, so now a set whose pictures came out a couple weeks ago. I didn't get to make a video on it, but a lot of you guys have asked me for my thoughts on this set, the Bad Batch Shuttle. This is a great set. I've thought about this one a lot since I saw the pictures. 969 pieces for $100 is good with 5 brand new and exclusive Clone Trooper minifigures, none of them duplicates. It's the full Bad Batch minus Omega, but with Crosshair's Imperial armor, which some people were complaining about. That's not his actual, Bad Batch armor. But that's fine. It's the armor we're going to see him for most of the time in the show. The 2 speeders are fine. I know the LEGO designer themselves said that they just wanted to bulk up the set a little bit, which is fine. I'm glad they're admitting that. But people were also complaining about the blue color scheme, but it's accurate. Like, I remember specifically last week when I watched episode 5 of the Bad Batch, there was a shot of the shuttle and it was blue. So it's an accurate color scheme for this shuttle. I actually kind of like this set. I was thinking about getting this one, but my hype for the Bad Batch is kind of dying down a little bit. I enjoy the show. The pilot was really good. The episodes have all been good. I just don't know if I'm going to spend $100 on it. We'll see. Anyway, let's take a look at these figures as well, because they're also very good. We've got Hunter, who's got the regular clone head, the clone helmet, which works just fine. He's got his little knife as well. Excellent printing all around. You've got Wrecker with the little Iron Man helmet and his shoulder pads, which is perfect. Bulks him up a little bit. Looks just like Wrecker. Tech has a wonky looking helmet, man. It should have been smaller. The mold for the front section is just a little strange. So it's hard for me to get past that one. Echo is great. He's got a hand instead of a little, robot piece, which is fine by me. It looks great. And Crosshair just looks like a prototype Death Trooper, which maybe that's what they're going for. I don't know. And the Gonk Droid. Can't help but love the Gonk Droid. And if you also look at their faces, they all have unique face prints too, which is so great. The set's worth $100 for the figures alone, if nothing else. Hunter's got his tattoos on his face with the little sweatband going across, as well as his hairpiece. Wrecker's got his little, his little white eye, which is great. Echo has all of the little dots on his head, and he uses the lighter skin tone, which is accurate. Tech has his hairpiece with his goggles and his little open mouth, which is very expressive of what Tech always looks like. And we can assume that Crosshair has a head under there, but I'm not entirely sure. It'd be a shame if he didn't. But this is a great set, and I know people wanted me to do a full video on this, but I'm talking about it for a long time because the figures are so good, and I think it's worth $100. I just don't know if I'm personally going to get it. So now last, but certainly not least, is Moff Gideon's Cruiser. The set's going to be $160, and I don't think we have the piece count just yet. I might be wrong on that. I think it's 1,300 pieces. I forget. It looks huge. This Star Destroyer type build looks like it's very large, which when I first saw it, I was like, oh my gosh, it looks like a UCS build almost. It's a little blocky in some places. The bridge might be a little too big for the scale of the set, but honestly, that's just nitpicking. That's a great vehicle, and if I didn't have a Star Destroyer in my collection already, I'd probably get this set to put on my shelf with all my other vehicles. But again, I'll probably pass up on this one. I am on a budget after all. But the $160, you get 6 figures, and 3 of them are repeats, which is kind of disappointing some people, and I understand that. But it is a good lineup. The 3 repeats are Grogu, Mando, and Cara Dune, which people are surprised that Cara Dune is still in the set because we thought that she was getting pulled from all the merchandise, but she's still here instead of having a second Dark Trooper. But then the 3 new figures are excellent. You got Fennec Shand with that helmet. These pictures are a little bit blurry, so we're going to see clearer versions eventually. But it looks like it's a new helmet mold for Fennec, which is awesome. Moff Gideon, who looks perfect. I wish he had that like dual molded hair piece that was in Harry Potter with it was like dual molded with gray and then black. Same piece as this, but it was just dual molded. So I wish he had that. But he looks great. and the I keep saying Death Troopers, no, the Dark Troopers, which is using a minifigure body instead of a droid body, which I think was a good choice. We'll have to see it in person too. We'll have to see what the not blurry pictures look like. My only complaint is that Moff Gideon's light, the Darksaber, I almost just called it a lightsaber. Oh my gosh. The Darksaber doesn't look great. And I know they did this back in 2012 with Pre Vizsla. Was it 2012? I don't know. It might have been earlier than that. With just taking a lightsaber hilt and sticking a black bar piece in there. Not great. They have a Catan piece, which is perfect for the Darksaber. And I use that when I'm like pretending I have a Darksaber with my figures. And I think that would have been a much better piece to use instead of this. But it's a good minifigure lineup. The vehicle looks spectacular. I can't wait to see the inside. It looks like there's a lot of space for interior details. So I'm excited to see what those interior details are before making a final judgment on this set of whether the 160, which is steep, is worth it. I'm not going to get it either way, but I hope that you guys who want it do, because it's really good. Alright, so there you have it. A nice long video from me elaborating on what I think of this LEGO Star Wars Summer 2021 wave of sets. My must-gets are the Duel on Mandalore for $20, the Mandalorian Forge for $30, and the Mandalorian Starfighter for $60. That's going to be my haul, most likely, for the when the sets come out in August. It's August 1st, by the way. I forget if I said that. August 1st, when the sets come out. Those are the three I'm definitely going to be picking up. I'll have to see about some of the other ones, but this really is. There's not a bad set in this wave. I was just nitpicking before when I was trying to think of stuff that's wrong with these sets, but they're really good. It's a strong, consistent wave with great new minifigures, most of which for Mandalorian Season 2, which I don't know, we haven't gotten a wave this strong in what feels like forever. Rogue One 2016 was really good, that initial wave of sets, and the Spring 2014 wave with those battle packs and all those new clone troopers was a great wave. 2013 Attack of the Clones, still up there as one of the best of all time, but this competes. This is up there. I think this is one of the best of all time. Let me know what you guys think down below. Which ones are you going to get day one? I want to hear which ones you're the most hyped about, and that's going to just about do it. Thank you guys very much for watching this very lengthy video on all of these sets. Give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed, leave me a comment down below, and be sure to go ahead and subscribe if you haven't. Thanks again for watching. This has been Brian from Watermelon Studios. Peace out, guys.